it's not when you don't actually feel like just integrate into your lifestyle. And also that means the better you're literally going to end up getting better results in all of them if you become more disciplined. And mixing discipline with relationships is so interesting. But you can be disciplined in love if for your partner. But what if, this is so weird advice, what if you made a habit tracker when it came to loving your woman? What if on your habit tracker that you wanted to check off daily was something like praise her, hug her? And if you disciplined yourself to do those things every day, even if you didn't feel like it, your relationship would improve, right? How about you've got another one? Hug your mother. Even if you don't feel like it, you get it done, and your life and your relationship with her will improve. You want to get more jacked, you want to attract more girls, you want to make more money online. Discipline is literally the meta skill that's going to help you with all of those, because in a weird way, your emotions, they're almost counterintuitive. Like, feel like it, don't do it. You want to lie around and masturbate, you feel like doing it, see. And I'm literally just thinking about what I've just said, and it'll make her feel loved. And people literally act like we're evil. You know, the biggest reason why a lot of people in the world think that we are like evil in this men's space that we have here in this community is because we talk about discipline and also stoicism. These like blue-haired feminist type of girls always act in this way of like we're repressing our emotions. And not exactly. Understanding your emotions is very different as a man to being a woman. And really a lot of the things you do want in life come with you understanding that your emotions will lead you into the opposite direction. So it's just crazy to me how we get pointed out by other people when this is the positive message that we're spreading here, which is making everyone better. The more men that can get disciplined, the better the entire world is, even especially for women. By the way, bro, you probably haven't realized just how bad the most important skills that you can learn is actually building an audience on social media. This is going to be a week that's specifically for young guys who want to get onto self-improvement. Go click the top link in the description, look that up, follow the podcast, and continue watching this video. This is going to be a weird skill you probably didn't expect me to put here in this video, but I actually think one of the most important skills that you can learn is actually building an audience on social media. This is probably the most profitable. Everything comes down to status and your position of the social hierarchy. When you have a lot of followers, your position in the social hierarchy just goes up naturally because you're seen as more of a leader. And if you're trying to make friends or even attract someone, even if they're not even on social media, they will undeniably like you more if you have more followers. People think this is shallow. It's not. Literally, I meet guys who don't even have social media accounts. I meet guys who are in the military. I meet guys who are professional fighters. And I promise you right now, they still respect me more when they discover that I'm like some big YouTuber, even though they don't even watch YouTube at all. It's just like a universal symbol of like status and achievement these days. So we can be sat here and say, oh, but that's really shallow. I don't really care about social media. Sure. But if you are looking to start some kind of online business and you want to learn skills that are, profitable, that'll help you make money, then knowing how to pop off on social media is actually a really good one. Not only just for the money, but learning this skill and using it to create that business will give you the kind of masculine freedom that you wanted, where you don't need to go and commute to work every day. And that extra money that comes from this kind of business, you can also use to provide for your family. I have a paid program, which is kind of like a community as well, where I teach about like how to grow on YouTube along with so many other things, and it's called Adonis School. It's like linked in the description if you're interested. The third skill, which I think every man should learn, is focus. But I'm actually going to explain this in a different way. I think focus can be broken down into two parts: micro and macro, and you all really want to maybe write notes on this so you understand. Micro focus is for each task. So for example, for the next year or even 2 years to put on a huge amount of muscle mass, and then you're going to cut after that. Lack of focus here is, for example, you're going to constantly keep jumping around. Tired of cutting, then you start bulking, focus, and you go start another business model. So many guys who are beginners, this is their problem. They don't realize, and you probably relate to this, keep like constantly asking yourself which business model I should get into. Should I try this one, and you start watching a bunch of videos for this one business model, then you learn one thing about it which isn't very nice, then you switch over to this one, then you try it for like an hour, then you try this one and this one. When you don't have any focus, you're just not making any progress. So think to yourself as an action guys instantly. Then the second thing is, how can I be more focused on the macro example? How can I stick on? So for me personally, all I want to think about you next year to really create like generational wealth, to really not only just for me and my family, but also to really have like such an impact on the world if I stay focused. So I can ask myself right now, and you can copy this, what are the ways where I might lose that macro focus over the next few months? For me, I actually know what they are. I'll go and travel and go spend 2 months in like a random different country and lose like a lot of the momentum that I had with work. I'll lose a lot of the focus with like these products, and I'll change them too much, or I'll start like a random new product and I'll lose like a lot of this sort of essentialism mindset of just focusing on a few things. I could end up having like a chaotic personal life, which is learning. Learning is at like their current income level. They're not making any more than like 20k a year because they stopped learning, they stopped getting knowledge. I read probably around 30 books a year, and I'm very happy and proud of that, because I know for a fact the reason why I've achieved the success that I have is because of reading books and also just watching a bunch of educational videos on YouTube. Those two things have set me apart from so many people, because when you learn things and you start to implement them, it's like everything you do. When I make a YouTube video, it's better, no offense, than yours, because I've learned so much. I wasn't genetically gifted at making YouTube videos. You can go watch the first ones that I did. They were pathetic, they were terrible. My eye contact was so weird, I wasn't talking well, and that can help you improve the skill. When you learn, you're actually updating your beliefs, which empowers you. So for example, you have so many like limiting beliefs that have been put into you from school, from your parents, from friends. And when you learn, like you are from this video, or maybe my other videos, or maybe podcasts, that's when those old beliefs that you have that haven't really served you, that haven't got you to a good place in life, they get broken, and then you start to see the world in a different way. And that's probably the most valuable part of learning, and it really is a skill that not many guys are leveling up or doing at all. Not many guys even bother to learn, and I think the reason why is because in the education system, simply that's the reason why you've stood out compared to everyone else you know. And that gap will keep getting bigger and bigger as long as you keep learning. This is why I'm so proud of like the work that I do here, my channel, where I basically give like education to young guys, and also then my products are all about education as well. Adonis School is the product of mine, which is all about like education and giving you all courses and calls and all that stuff. Adonis Gang is more of like the sort of community, if you wanted to make.
Only at KFC.
Let me tell you a story. It's osmosis, water, filter. Thing again, it's pretty pricey, so maybe it's motivation for you to work hard and make money, or maybe you can afford it right now. But basically, it's like a custom-made supplement service. So they set it up, and you get a blood test. They see in your blood test exactly like which minerals and nutrients you need, and then they make you a custom. When you often take, like, you buy a random supplement because someone on YouTube mentioned, like, yeah, you know, zinc is. You're too intelligent. David Goggins and E-Man, the way that people interact with them is exactly how people interacted with like the stereotypical alpha males of like the gorilla kingdom and cavemen. This is how you become high status, and you also, it is the single greatest way to make money in this modern day. Not even close to anything else. You can go and study every day for 12 hours, go and pick out the best degree possible. You still would not be able to make even 20% of the money that I make as a guy who, like, I grew this business from my bedroom. I didn't even need change. Like, I used to just make these videos in my bathrobe, like that, you know, just be chilling in. There's guys who study for 10 years who make less money than girls who post videos of themselves on TikTok. Now, the world shouldn't really be like this, fine. We should be, you know, paying doctors more, okay, fine. But this is the game.
So you can either not play the game and complain about it, or you can just win the game. I choose to win the game. So this is exactly what you do. You grow an audience by giving value to a target avatar. What this basically means is you think about a certain type of person that you could give value to, basically that you could help through advice, through education, through entertainment, inspiration, motivation, and you post content about that. I started by thinking about my younger self, so younger Hamza, and I thought of him as like a person that my entire channel, my content, everything that I do is for him, younger Hamza. And what I just do to give him value, I just make these educational videos where I'm basically giving my younger self advice. It turns out my younger self isn't very unique because there's 2.2 million guys in our audience. This becomes your status as you gain followers on TikTok or YouTube. You start to funnel them into more of the personal social medias, which for example is Instagram. So my Instagram has 165,000 followers and I've only posted on it like 20 times. I don't actually like use it that much. But when I basically meet anyone who gets my Instagram, they're impressed. And it's like, it shouldn't be this way because it's shallow as fuck. But like, I'll speak to someone and let's say they like me like as a 6 out of 10, for example. This is how much they respect me, like me, whatever it is. As soon as they see my Instagram following, not even the post, but just how many people follow me, they like me at least like 30% more. When you get this, it's like you see how shallow and like how fake people are, but I don't blame them because it's like, imagine me and you met in the old primal days. You saw me in a jungle and you thought, okay, you know, Hamza's a 6 out of 10. Then we walk back here and I show you my tribe and I'm the leader. Then you'd be thinking, oh shit, okay, I underestimated him. He's the tribe leader. Instagram, it's basically that. It's the hidden reveal of like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm a tribe leader. I'm actually an alpha male. Again, using the term alpha male sounds cringe, but that is a fantastic way to describe it. That's your status. Post content that helps people on YouTube or TikTok, gain an audience, send that audience over to Instagram. And you'll have like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm a tribe leader. I'm actually an alpha male. Again, using the term alpha male sounds cringe, but that is a on YouTube or TikTok, gain an audience, send that audience over to Instagram. And you can 100% you can say, oh, but Instagram's bad, social media is bad for your mental health. I totally agree with you. Again, don't play the game at all. You don't have to. If you are going to play the game at least a little bit, you may as well win the game. If you've got an Instagram profile right now, if you watch YouTube and stuff, you may as well win then. Like in my opinion, there's no point having the middle zone. If you've got like an Instagram, you've only got like 100 followers, 1,000 followers, it's like you may as well increase that to 100k and actually get the benefits that come with that, rather than having like none of the real benefits but all of the sort of negative consequences. If you don't want to download Instagram, you don't want to use social media at all, our Instagram profile right now, if you watch YouTube and stuff, you may as well win then. Like in my opinion, there's no point having the middle zone. If you've got like an Instagram, you've only got like 100 followers, 1,000 followers, it's like you may as well increase that to 100k and actually get the benefits that come with that, rather than having like none of the real benefits but all of the sort of negative consequences. If you don't want to download Instagram, you don't want to use social media at all, I respect that as well. Now you just need to go and monetize your audience. So we've built up the amount of people that we've been giving value to. Now we just need to find a product to sell them. Some people will make a physical product, so like a real life thing. My friend Chris made supplements and he's like, you know, got the manufacturer, the labeling, the health standards, whatever, then he sends it off with the delivery stuff. He does that. That's a very difficult kind of business to get into. For many of the influencers these days, the meta product or like service to sell is actually what's called an info product, which is basically where you sell either courses, but I believe the new thing is going to be where you make your own private community. Private community, basically, it's you can go have a look if you want at my one, which is called Adonis Gang. It's the top link, but it's where you use like Discord or School or Reddit or Slack, and you charge people for coming into there, and basically like you just accumulate all of your followers in this one place, and you just kind of like show up there, you talk, you set some people like, you know, some messages, you maybe give them some kind of like content advice, connect people together. This is like the number one meta in my opinion. Grow on social media, funnel everyone to a community. Tate's done it, Eman's done it, many people are doing it. It used to be the exact same thing, but you just funnel everyone to a course. Nowadays you just funnel everyone to a community, and inside that community you also have the course. Now as I speak these words, I only just released my program Adonis Gang this morning, and 100 guys joined it literally basically instantly. By the time you watch this, which is probably like the turnaround on this studio that I'm in and editing and stuff, it's probably a few days, right? It's probably more like 1,000 people will be in there, and that's my lowest ticket, like cheapest product. I've got 3 of them. One of them's got 900 people in, and they pay $500 to join. and then they pay $100 every month to stay in. So if you do the math on your calculator right now, there's 900 people in there. They paid $500 to join. That's $450,000, and then they pay $100 a month to stay in there, which is 90 grand per month consistently. That's one of my programs. Now, I've got a huge audience. I'm able to speak in a very influential, manipulative way to get this success. But as a random young guy watching this, if you just start posting your advice, it's so much more purposeful than you think. We've got to this video because we're literally just thinking about like how to improve our looks, money, status, so we can get laid. Like that's basically most guys like desire. But I want you to think right now of how purposeful and wholesome this is. You've been through so much in your life that you could speak about to help your younger self. All of us have. There's some shit that you went through. If you just got your camera out and you recorded videos, maybe for TikTok, maybe for YouTube, and you made almost like a guide for your younger self to get through this hard patch that you know he's going through, you would literally like save someone's life by doing that. That's why you get the subscriber. That's why you get the follower. And then when you tell that same guy who's now his life has been saved by you, that you've got like a community that he can join for $5, $10, $20, and he can get a little bit closer to you, and he can get closer to guys who are similar to him. Suddenly this becomes so much more wholesome than just us like trying to increase our S&B to attract women. This is literally like giving community and purpose and mission to people around the world who really need this. I just live streamed this morning and I said to everyone who was watching, like, just mark my words, community is going to be the biggest, most important thing very soon. I don't know enough about like AI and stuff to speculate, but what I can promise you is community can't be replaced. AI will take your job, it will take even the creator's job, it will take the artist's job, fine. But us humans getting together based on shared values and based on growing together, that's something that we absolutely undeniably need, and it can't be replaced or outsourced. If you become one of these community leaders, you will be rewarded so heavily. So I think now is the time. That website that I use to host my community is called School. It's a phenomenal website led by a brilliant leader, CEO named Sam Ovens, and I'll link like the School link below there. So it's an affiliate link as well, but you can just go like start your own little community if you want and start funneling people into there. Following these steps will get you looks, money, and status so much faster than going about it the normal route that many people will do, which means that if you follow this video, you basically just saved a few years of your life. You're welcome. So this is the actionable step for you. Figure out the exact constraint of your life right now. Where are you? If you're at the beginning stages, you're a random like young 18-year-old, you haven't really done, like, you know, you don't have that many accomplishments, then probably start with looks, start with the gym, start with building muscle, start with improving your look. Once you've made a decent amount of progress in the gym, you can literally go and make like your fitness brand. You can go make your fitness TikTok, fitness YouTube, and you're just giving those pieces of advice, and maybe naturally you speak about other things. You speak about studying, you speak about, you know, heartbreak from the girl who did this to you last year, and you speak about how to improve your mental health and improve your diet and why sugar's so bad for you. And you're spreading out a really wholesome message there. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah.